It's interesting to look at these interpretive signs because it gives us a little hint as to how the buildings may have been laid out. So I'm going to turn around in a moment. We'll see this fountain. Otherwise, I'm not sure we can orientate ourselves. I would like to have seen this arch, but I don't think I do. Notice the building to the left down that street that comes into this square. These squares give a certain sense of size, of largeness, because of the high buildings that seem to tower over you, as opposed to squares in other towns that are just huge, but don't have any tall buildings. Imagine this is the Last Supper. Perhaps illustrating tradesmen, and next door to it. Interesting, somebody up in a tree. Unless that's the snake in Adam and Eve. Particularly large fountain in this square with some heroic figures carved into this obelisk. Wonder how long this was stood here. And the other side. A little bit of water dribbles out here for dogs and other critters. In this building, look at the date. This is the building that I saw from the other side of the river yesterday and noted because of its dramatic looking tile work on the roof. It appears that there are actually two buildings, heavily detailed on the outside, so we'll see if we can get a little bit closer. Men with swords, it looks like, and maybe even blunderbusses. Wonders if these are new illustrations, reproductions of old, or restored old illustrations. There's a pretty building down at the end of a short street, springing from that square we were just in. Wonders when you look at the graphics here, right there, if this was not once an apothecary, a drugstore. Or maybe even working with gold. Here, the workings probably of an older clock, although it seems to be operating. This is the pendulum swinging with that stone attached, and then that brass wheel there moving a notch each time. And then presumably through some alchemy of watchmakers, all these gears move in their required scheme of things, notch by notch, and the clock face moves. And here, back up our hand, and maybe some repair tool. I'm guessing these are clock workings from other structures in Switzerland. I wonder what this flapper thingy here does. Maybe in conjunction with the ones over there, it allows it to fine-tune an adjustment of this clock face. You see a long pendulum swing. But just to make sure all works correctly, it's all motorized down here. There'll be different weights or pulleys that are used when it has to be translated some number of feet away from the actual mechanism. Some other heavy weights. I wonder why you would need different size weights once you have designed and built the machine after calculating all of that. Those gears there on that side and one on this side that are not engaged but could be to drive something else. And still another. And notice those wingy flaps there. Interesting to find out what those are for. Notice this long pendulum swing for the workings of the clock, the main clock. I guess. Interesting in true Swiss fashion. If you're going to have it, it ought to work, even if it's old. You can see those pulleys in action. Again, I wonder what the weights are for. The workings that drives the clock that's directly outside that young man in that window. So this was designed to channel water what appears to be an earlier time before this tower was built even higher. There's a bell. I realized I could walk along the wall, so that's good. I can get to do that too. And here what looks like a pretty church, but I don't know which one it is. I'm not sure I've been in it. Maybe we can pick that up on the way down. Here as the defenders saw the wall. And the enemy without.